We are taking calls at 617-830-4750. Why don't we go to our next caller from the 650 area code? 650, you're on.
Hello, David Pakman.
Yes, who's this?
Can you hear me?
We can hear
This
you.
is Aaron.
Go ahead, Aaron.
So, I am a liberal, but I love guns, and what I've noticed after studying and looking up gun laws from various countries,
Mm-hmm.
typically in the more EU countries, and including Canada, you're allowed to own AR-15s with pistol grips and detachable magazines.
Mm-hmm.
Some are states limited to 5, like Canada, but countries like France and Germany, France is 30, and Germany doesn't really have a magazine capacity limit. I wonder how you feel about that.
So here's my thought on this. We can get into very, very micro debates about gun laws across states and types of restrictions and how they've impacted crime compared to the background crime rate, which has decreased over time, and then account for the fact that in Chicago, even though they have strict gun laws, you can drive to Indiana and buy guns. We can do all that, but I think that there's actually a bigger picture here, which is that the problem isn't just guns, it's Americans with guns, right? And that's what I'm increasingly learning, which is that there is something in American culture where we are more likely to think of a gun as a tool to go out and, quote, solve problems that shouldn't have guns involved in any way. So I think that we can slice and dice. Well, Switzerland has this law, and when Australia banned guns, this happened, and here's what happened in Japan, et cetera. It's not just the gun laws. It's that the gun laws need to reflect what's going on in the culture. And American culture has a major, major problem with guns. So I think that we can look at gun laws elsewhere and explore what changes have happened. But ultimately, the gun laws in the U.S. need to be tailored to the culture of the U.S. And there's many toxic elements of American culture with regard to guns.
No, I agree with you. Like, we should have better background check laws and those things. But well, one of the things you mentioned, Australia banning guns. Here's an interesting fact I learned. In Australia, there are more guns now than there were prior to Port Arthur.
Okay, yeah, I'm not making any specific comment for or against
No,
any
no, I'm just
particular legislation. What I'm pointing out is that the United States has a unique problem with guns, and thus the solution is going to have to be a unique one that's tailored to the problems of the United States.
so it's going to be more geared towards the people than it's going to it's going to be have to gear towards individual states, or is it going to be have to do federally? How are we going to tackle this problem?
Whether it's state or federal is less the issue. It's got to be, it has to be all encompassing in terms of dealing with both the people and the equipment that's available. But it's certainly a broader topic than what we can kind of go into today. But Aaron, I appreciate the call, and you're bringing up a lot of good points. And I know a lot of pro-gun liberals, actually, and, you know, pretty common thing in Vermont and in some other places.